everyone, this is Max Forti back with another video. This time it's a tag video. I was tagged by my good friend Jillian, Notes Punch, and this is all about barbershop scents. As we all know, barbershop scents are scents that are heavy in lavender, sandalwood, maybe a little citrus, some anise, a little bit of spicy, but the main and key roles here are lavender, sandalwood, and oak moss. So I did a little bit of like throughout the years, what kind of scents came to mind. This to me is a fragrance that reminds me of my dad. It reminds me of me growing up, going to the barber, getting my hair done, or shaving. So these are fragrances that evoke barbershop, hence barbershop feel or barbershop scents. So this is no particular order. I'm just going to name them, according to when they were released. So pretty much, from the oldest to the newest. So this here from the house of Maui and Wirtz. This is 4711 Eau de Cologne. And this was released in 1792. With this fragrance, you're going to get some citrus. You're going to get a lot of oak moss, a little bit of amber, some spices, but again, a lot of citrus. And it's going to give you almost like that Neroli Portofino feel, but instead of being enhanced in the citrus, you're going to get the oak moss and the dry down. And because it's so old, this is a fragrance that a lot of men wore back in the day when they came from the barbershop, and hence one of the fragrances that are timeless and up to this day is a fragrance that reminds me of my father after he shaved, and he would splatter and doze in this fragrance. So 4711 is the first one that comes to mind with barbershop feel. Next one that comes to mind is from the house of Chanel. This here is an Eau de Toilette Concentré. This is Pour Monsieur. This here is one of the best barbershop feel fragrances out there to me. This was released in 1955 when Coco Chanel was still around, and it's the perfect gentleman scent. This to me emulates the perfect barbershop feel fragrance. If I have, out of all these fragrances, if I had to pick a favorite, this would probably be up there, in the top 3 of all time barbershop feel fragrances. Pour Monsieur by the house of Chanel. If you haven't tried this, you have to try it. It's a masterpiece, and it's a fragrance that I absolutely love, and it will always be in my collection. Another one that's very underrated and slept on is this fragrance here by the house of Cajon, which is one of my favorite fragrances. This one here was released in 1985. It's very aromatic, a lot of lavender in here, some coriander, a little bit of cloves in the heart, and then again, lavender, oak moss are very prominent. Barbershop feel all over, great fragrance, amazing if you haven't tried. Cheap stuff, you can find this stuff I think for less than like 30 bucks. This is 4.2, 125 ml. Amazing fragrance, smells really good, very aromatic, a little bit of citrus up top, but again, the heavy here is lavender and oak moss. As it dries down, gives you a lot of compliments as well. Beautiful barbershop feel with this fragrance. Now we're going with Jean Paul Gaultier, which was released in 1995. Now the thing with this fragrance, you get that barbershop feel, you get the lavender and all that stuff with some added mint and vanilla. So it's like, to me, a barbershop feel with a modern twist to it. So that's what I think Jean Paul Gaultier did. Even if you look at the bottle itself, the torso, it has the stripes, which kind of resembles that barbershop pole. So to me, this has the barbershop feel with a modern twist. Jean Paul Gaultier is one that I really adore, and it's, a lot of people's favorite or in their top favorite fragrances of all time. Definitely a great barbershop feel with this one. Now, this one here, to me, is the epitome of the barbershop feel. I think a lot of people in their lists, that they did with this tag video, this was their number 1, and this would definitely be on my top 3. This, along with Pour Monsieur. This is Yves Saint Laurent's YSL's Rive Gauche. This is a 2003 edition. Again, looks like the barbershop pole with the stripes. This was discontinued, very hard to, well, not very hard to find. You can still find, I actually have this available if you guys are looking to find a bottle, but it's getting scarce to find this and harder to find. And I'm telling you, once this gets really out of the market and you can't find it, the prices are going to really rise in this. It smells fantastic. It's a perfect gentleman's barbershop feel. If you want that kind of feeling, you got your hair cut, you leather yourself, you shaved, and you want that gentleman barbershop feel fragrance, Rive Gauche will give you that beautifully. So this is 2003. Now we're going to move to 2010. This one here by the house of Halligans. This is sartorial, even has a little bow tie. This again is a perfect barbershop feel. I mean, I smell this and I close my eyes, I picture myself inside of a hair salon. Beautiful fragrance. very heavy on the lavender note. Released in 2010. The nose behind is Bertin du Chaffour, which was one of my favorite noses of all time. It has honey, lavender note up top, very heavy, a little bit resinous, a little bit sweet, a little bit powdery. Think of the talcum powder that barbers usually put on the back of your hair after they're finished. This here is a perfect barbershop feel. If you want to smell just like it came from the barber, this would be it. Sartorial by Halligans. And last but not least, this one here is from 2010 from the House of English Laundry. This is Arrogant. This here is a perfect barbershop feel. Very linear. When you get up top, is exactly what you're going to get through the line for this fragrance. Heavy lavender with sandalwood with some citrus and some amber to give it a little bit of depth. But this is like the perfect barbershop feel. Again, this was released in 2010 along with Sartorial. They were released in the same year, and I think this is a kind of lighter version of Sartorial, but if you want something for everyday signature scent and you want that barbershop feel, you're going to achieve that with Arrogant from English Laundry. So this is it. This was my list. And again, I was tagged by my good friend Jillian, Note Sponge, Ehab. So what I have to do now is tag somebody else. And I'm going to tag my good friend, another frag hat. Michael Mixa, you're up. I want to see what your favorite top barbershop feel fragrances are. Thank you so much for watching. This was Max Forte. Till next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.